All right, Red here once again at LA Game Night at the wonderful Scum and Villainy Cantina in Hollywood, 6377 Hollywood Boulevard. I am with a good friend of mine and someone who has been a part of Game Night from the first iteration. Back before we did any interviews, any podcasts or anything, you came here with a pretty awesome mobile side-scrolling game, and I'm very proud to report that that game has been released and it is available. Raven Conspiracy, let's talk about it.
All right, so Raven Conspiracy is a mobile platforming game that has a very interesting color mechanic. Basically, all of the enemies and all of the platforms in the game are either fire or electricity, and basically you have to navigate the platforms as you run and jump along, but also you have to match the colors. So it has a little bit of like a left brain, right brain kind of thing. Very easy to pick up, very difficult to master. So we wanted to make a game that was accessible, very easy for anyone to pick up regardless of their level of experience in video games, and then make it something that was very difficult and challenging to master, even for people who consider themselves hardcore gamers.
Yeah, and I'll even go just like, the thing I love so much about it is a lot of the times when I make mistakes playing this game, it's because of the mechanics and the way that you change colors, but it runs so smoothly, and sometimes you want to stop and look around. And it's fun because it really challenges you. You get locked into it. And I have to say, it sounds amazing.
Thank you very much.
Now, that's another thing I want to talk about is Andrew is one of our, from the first month, featured composers. You're primarily a sound designer as well. When you're working on games, what is your favorite? Do you like to write music or do you like to create sound?
Honestly, the thing that someone's calling me.
It's his dad. He'll call him back later.
We'll talk to you later, Dad. Thank you. Thank you, Dad, for checking up on me. Between the two, actually, there's something kind of in between that speaks to both sound design and music composition. To me, it's less about which role that I am, like which hat I'm wearing,
Right.
More of how am I giving this game some life? What kind of mood am I injecting into this game? Or rather, what mood does the game have, and then how am I helping to underscore it, to help support and bolster that thing? So personally, whether it's sound design or music, I'm much more about creating a very cohesive thematic concept and being in step with what the designers and the artists are trying to like pitch to the audience. So it's a very holistic approach to me. I never come in and think, oh, I'm going to make this awesome piece of music that may not fit. It's awesome, but it just may not fit. So to me, it's more important that it's in step design-wise.
And that takes a lot of maturity as a musician to understand that you are working together with a bigger idea, accomplishing a goal. I think you knocked it out of the park on this game, man. I don't play it with the volume off, even if I'm in public, because this is the game that you play when you're doing anything. You just pick it up and you get in there and you start playing. Can we get a shot of the game?
Yeah, absolutely.
Get on. He had to block his dad's call real quick, but we're back here. But if we can get a shot of this.
The camera?
Yeah, let's take a look here.
All right. So this is the first level over here. There's our tutorial level. So this is the first thing you see when you start the game. Basically, the playing field is split into two halves, right down the middle. The left side of the screen you can tap to jump. The right side of the screen you will use to change your color. So it's very simple mechanics. It's just a tap and that's all you do. So I'm going to tap this to unpause the game and continue down. So you can collect these coins, and we have them in different arrays here for you to collect. And as the level progresses, there are little pitfalls and traps. There's a checkpoint in the middle of every stage. And then this is where we introduce the double jump mechanic. So you hit it once to jump, hit it a second time while in midair to jump. I'll demonstrate that one more time. Boom, boom, just like that. So the game already has a auto scroll kind of feel to it. Basically, you're always running to the right, and then you control the jumps. So this is the first level. Let me show you the second, just because this is when the game actually starts to take off. So this is when we introduce the color changing mechanic, which is what sets Raven Conspiracy apart from all other mobile platformers. So the way it works is you will start to come across platforms and enemies that are certain colors. Like this guy right here, he's red. So you tap the right side of the screen to change to red, to fire. Over here we have platforms, over you can see on the right hand side, platforms that are also either electricity or fire. And you can tap the right side of the screen to match. Tap it again to match. And that's basically the only mechanic of the game. There are a few other things, like we have some jump pads for you to jump onto and you have to match the color. But it's a very simple mechanic that can be a little confusing, but very easy to pick up. And the third level is when we really drop you into the thick of it. So you'll see right away as soon as you start, we have a huge double jump gap and a switch, immediately a second switch. And this is basically what the bulk of the game looks like. You come across enemies, you switch to that color, you find another enemy, switch to fire, back to electricity. It's very fast-paced, and you have to have very, very good concentration to keep up with it. So one of the cool things that sets also this mobile platformer apart from others is at the end of every 10-stage block, we have a boss battle. And I gotta say, the boss battles are pretty darn tough.
Yeah.
Even as a developer, I had a tough time testing the game and getting across them so I
Yeah.
could progress to the other side. We really made a game that was easy to pick up but tough to master.
Hey, it's a great game. What you specifically are doing in games, working with Pythias as well. Great job, congratulations. Exciting being a part of this. Thank you for being a part of Game Night, working with us. And we got a lot more we're going to see from this guy, so stay in tune. Andrew Rahimi, thank you so much, man.
Thank you so much for having me.
Awesome.